Yeah, right. I wish you'd take my advice, Vegeta. But I know how important it is to you that you keep up with my strength level.
So obviously there's always been this Goku vs Vegeta-like dynamic in the relationship between Shin and Fang. However, Yoshifumi Gotsuka has done an amazing job with chapter 162 of fleshing out how these rivals, these brothers at odds, are just competing with each other in order to become the strongest creation of all. However, before we get into talking about chapter 162, a couple quick updates. Hopefully, allegedly, we are going to be getting our second anime trailer for Undead Unluck on July 2nd, so coming up very soon. And if you want some updates on that, dropped a quick video talking about that, check her out. And if you're a fan of the channel, obviously I've missed a couple chapters, and if you want to see me talk about them, just let me know. I'll try to put out something talking about them nonetheless. Let's get into it, baby. Chapter 162. And by the way, the name is Darzus. This is the D-Trope. We make anime and manga videos. Would appreciate a subscribe if you're new here. Leave a like, and if you could, comment for me. Which backstory at this point, I know we're extremely early in this arc, and this is going to be an amazing arc. Which backstory for Shin do you like more, though? The backstory of previously, where he had to get hard-boiled in the streets, fighting for his little sister May, or do you like this new one where Fang picked him up in this orphan estate? But we'll talk about that now, and think about that. The beginning of the chapter ties together why Mei had reached out to Fuko asking her to save Shin. Ever since the Tenraisai tournament had been announced, Shin had been acting extremely different. He's exuding this vast amount of bloodlust and had nothing on his mind other than defeating Fang and winning this tournament. And Mei's scared for two reasons, not only because Fang is extremely strong, not even able to comprehend the depths of his strength, but because the Fang is like a father to them, like they've lived like a family their entire lives. In this loop, Fang actually rescued Shin at the young age of 3, so this differs from the previous loop whenever Shin actually had to grow up and harden himself on the streets and become the type of person who could look out for his younger sister. In the previous loop, he ended up at this Tenraisai tournament, got his booty beat down by Luo, and then became a member of the unnamed school. It wasn't in this way where he was adopted, kinda, and it's interesting how Fuko in this altered reality was able to save this orphan boy, but it still ends up in this sort of situation where people always are gonna have their traumas and they're always gonna be ending up dealing with harsh stuff in reality. But even though Mei and Shin are grateful for the situation they live in, Fang still treats them as you believe Fang would, in this master-disciple sort of relationship. And although Mei states she's scared of the fight between Shin and Fang because he thinks that Shin might get hurt, I think she's obviously just scared because somebody's going to get extremely injured, whether it be Shin or Fang. She doesn't want to see any of them get injured. And I love how Fuko has truly created a family out of these people who were all at odds, all at war with each other due to Fang in the previous loop. Like, Fuko, the GOAT, I love her, I don't even need to say it again. And as Fuko remembers those words from Mei as motivation, save my brother, we cut back to the fights and we see Fuko is unable to even comprehend her own strength. She's just out here absolutely mollywopping dudes, and I love to see the physical prowess which she's obviously gained during this long period of time which she's just been training herself and honing all these skills which the master Shin has taught her. But because of how strong she is, these men don't think it could even be real. They pull out weapons thinking that, dude, this chick's gotta be cheating, let me cheat real quick too. However, the king makes an appearance. Fang recreates his original introduction from chapter 58, which is always a treat as all of the negators look over bewildered at who the heck just showed up. And Fang springs into action saying 26 years. And I wonder how old Shin is. I'll make a note of that real quick. I imagine probably somewhere between 20 to 23 years old. I don't think he got picked up that same year back whenever that whole situation happened. Whenever Fang pulled up, Fuko said, "Ba ba ba, gak gak." Know what I mean? Nonetheless, Fang springs into action. Against the advice from the tournament organizer, Fang starts punching down on Fuko and engages in the hardest fight I've seen in Undead Unluck in a long time. And when I say that, I don't mean in terms of its choreography or whatever. I just mean in terms of like the depths of emotion which Fang was feeling right here. I felt so heavily. Like Big Sean's got this bar where he goes, "You got baby mama drama. You ain't even got you no baby." I felt Fang. He has baby mama drama. He has dealt with 2 kids their entire life. And he probably hasn't even had, whoopee before. Like, he's probably never, like, he's been honing his skills. Have you read Vagabond? This dude's definitely been turning down women his entire life just in order to. hone his skills, and he still has to deal with the baby. Now that is a harsh reality to live through, and I love how Fang is over here. You made me change diapers. You made me watch out for 2 kids. You said all this stuff, and you lied to me. Like, I felt you, Fang. However, although Fang is fighting down on Fuko, the GOAT comes to save the day. As their fists are about to clash, Shen leaps from another stage and stops them, parrying them both with a crossed-armed stance, and I'm excited to see what Shen's got in store right now. We really got to think about the fact that Shen had gotten honed through Fang previously. However, at a younger age, Shen got pushed away from Fang due to the fact that Fang made him kill his own sister. Nonetheless, this time, Fang raised Shen into his 20s. So this is a really strong, really hard-boiled Shen that we have in front of us, and I think this moment, along with obviously what happens later in the chapter, really exemplifies the developments that we are going to be able to see out of Shen this loop. With that same smile we've always known of him, Shen tells Fang that you gotta follow the rules too, buddy. This tournament happens once in a decade, and I want my chance at the prize, that fight with you, but it doesn't matter. Fang says I'm not the type of guy to follow the rules, and he pulls out that motherfucking thing. Telling Shen and Fuko the match has already begun, he takes out the Zuishin Tekken rod. But unlike the previous loop, Fuko and Shen are both stronger now, so she understands that we can defend against the Zuishin rod. And as Fang prepares a Renbu Fire Dragon assault, Fuko and Shen in sync are able to impede the rod from attacking them. And shout out this, because you know how this ended last time. That was Donut Season, that ace, let me stop talking, but that was Donut Season last time, so shout out the gang. Hey, but you know Fang, although they defended against this blow, he was ready to attack them right afterwards. Nonetheless, the Union, on their Black Clovers, Black Bulls, pulling up to save our boy Finral type shit, they all pull up, they say, Fang, we are here for the smoke, and that's when Fang is literally a smoke demon. I love this character more than anything. If you haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho, please at least watch it through the Dark Tournament, just so you can understand the immensity, the magnitude, what is the character Toguro, because Fang is truly just the new age encapsulation of Toguro. The man who just wants to see strength being created, being held, being used, and that's what he's excited to see right now. He tells Fuko, hey, if these people are all with you, I know we're in for an exciting time, so you, Fuko, you need to get to the top of this tournament. That's my only stipulation. But Fuko, she doesn't have that in store. She says, I'm the master right now, and I'm going to teach Daniel's son, Shin-sun, how we're going to level up. And dog, I think this really has potential to be one of the best arcs in Undead Unluck, period. Like, quote me, I don't give a dang. Like, I'm not talking second loop only. I'm saying, period. This arc has so much potential. Negator exhibitions, and that's what I'm excited for. This isn't going to be people trying to completely, like, off each other, but it is going to be people using their abilities, I hope to see, in a way, like just freeform combat. It's really going to be hard. I think Billy's got a really good chance at this, and I think obviously Shen will realistically come out on top, but I don't know. I'm just so excited to see who's going to show up and show out. Our boy Undead Bull, the boxer, like, come on. Oh my god, I need to edit this. And also, the Negator video, that'll come. I'm actually on it now. So I was out of town a little bit, but yeah, delays. Fuck, I don't know what happens. I'll still let it go.